What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Just Take a Minute with myself, Mr. Joshua Thomas. Just take a minute, just take a minute, yeah. Life can be a lot, yeah. Just take a minute, just take a minute, take a minute. And when there's all too much, just take a minute, just take a minute, take a minute. Now in June, just take a minute, just take a minute. But yeah, nice time to just tap in for a minute before I gotta go again and get the little ones. Make sure we're all gravy, we're recording. And basically today I think it'd be a good time to tap into the main reason and one of the main things that kind of got me into music or kind of took me further into it. But it's going to take a little minute. So we're going to jump right back to the beginning. Starting off when I was around 14, 15, living in King Arthur's Way in Andover, just kind of rocking around the estate with my friends and shit. There wasn't really much going on for us or anyone around us. And we didn't have any role models around us, if I'm honest. We had zero fucking role models around us when we were younger. So I used to like sit in my bedroom a lot of the time in the evenings and just write music and just write lyrics or just mastering other people's songs, like, you know what I mean, learning other song lyrics. But then moving on from there, basically about 15 or 16, I believe, maybe a little bit earlier, I got arrested outside my house. Like a few of us, we're in a place called Roman Way, just over the road from King Arthur's where I grew up. We heard about some stupid shit going on, so we thought we'd fucking fly over there for a minute, and it was like right outside my house. And as we got there was like a sea of police everywhere. And long story short, I wanted to go to my house. They didn't want to let me go to my house, and I could give you all the kind of excuses. We were dumbasses, so like we were probably more gobby than we needed to be, but they were fucking assholes, you know what I mean? Fuck the police. But they treated us like shit. Next minute we were getting arrested and they kicked the fuck out of me and my mates and stuff. Then moving on from there, I was in probation for maybe, I can't remember how long I got it for. I got probation for a few years, but then I think maybe a year down the line it came to like a review thing, and they asked me if it was doing anything for me. And I told him, no, it's not doing fucking a thing for me. And this is making my life miserable, having to come every fucking week to probation. It's embarrassing, you know what I mean? Didn't want to be doing that kind of shit. And I remember they gave me an option. Like, obviously I had to carry out my time on probation, that sort of thing. But it was either carry on going to see the team I was seeing, or they could refer me to a man called Mike from Barnardo's. And I just thought, fuck it, what have I got to lose? It's something slightly different. So I went and met Mike from Barnardo's. And damn, what I could say about Mike. That guy changed my life, like, for the better in so many ways. He helped me get my first ever job. That's kind of what Barnardo's were there for, to support people in need and young people in difficult situations with home life and all sorts of things. So he basically helped me set an email up and all these sort of things, apply for my first job. I got my first job. And then moving on from there, Mike's job was basically to get out of you what you wanted to do, like what you're really interested in. And I brought up music. And he so happened to be a huge hip hop fan. Like, we'd sit in his car and he'd be playing like the Sound Bombing albums, which mind blowing for me, especially because I was, especially growing up in the UK, a lot of like trapping, grime music and that sort of thing, but I loved like real hip hop and like the roots and where it all kind of came from, you know what I mean? So it was Mike being in his 30s and he was playing these sorts of things, and it was like the first ever Eminem records and R.A. the Rugged Man and all these sorts of things, and Dilated People. I was like, what the fuck? Like, it kind of blew my mind. But even better than that, he offered me to meet the rapper from London called T.Y. And man, that really did change everything. He basically set up events, and Ty come through and he would set up workshops. He would rap and perform. Then afterwards, he'd get us young'uns together. He just basically showed you how to conduct yourself on the microphone, move your head with the microphone, everything. Like, just laid it down from the beginning. And he took a real shine into me and my mate Lewis. He was another lad that was in Barnardo, like a northern lad. And he was the same, very much interested in writing music and that sort of thing. So we got pushed into this little world of, right, that's what you boys are gonna go do then. And we started like working on music alongside with Ty, and him kind of showing us how to just take it from an idea to the page to the stage, essentially. And that was really cool. I'm trying to think where I'm trying not to confuse the shit out of myself too much. But yeah, meeting Ty, and yeah, as I say, we're working alongside making music with him at this point then, just to perform for the other children in Barnardo's, as we become like spokesmen ourselves and started running our own events for phase 2. If anybody remembers that or remembers me from that, that'd be kind of cool. But yeah, we set up phase 2 and we were like the spokesman for it, me and Lewis, and we performed one of our first ever songs, like the Barnardo's rap. I'm pretty sure you can still find it on YouTube. We performed that in front of hundreds of other children and that sort of thing, and all the adults. And then after that, we went and performed it for we went and performed it in a lawyer firm in London, which was crazy. Like, hundreds of suited up CEOs, all from Barnardo's and different companies and charities and that sort of thing, that me and Lewis looking how we do in this glorious fucking law firm, like. And yeah, we performed. That was kind of awesome. But as I say, this kind of took us from running around the streets and fucking probation and these sort of things to now we're performing in London for these kind of crazy people. And that took a hold of us, you know what I mean? Then we fell in love with Barnardo's. We done like sponsored skydives for them and all that sort of thing. That was really cool. I can't remember exactly how much it was quite a few years ago now, like maybe 7-8 years ago, which is crazy. But yeah, I was working at Asda at the time, which was my first job, and it's where Lewis worked as well. And yeah, we done the skydive. But the main thing why I wanted to tap in a little bit to Barnardo's and the music, and I might just be kind of saying it, but it really means a lot to me and what they done for me. Like, it's kind of mind-blowing, the things they were able to offer us and to show us into a world that we had no clue even really existed. I remember, I'm a huge Lord of the Rings fan, and this were just cool things they would set up just to keep us busy, you know what I mean, just to keep us out of trouble. But we were offered to go, I believe the place is called the Imaginarium studio in London, like the film studio. We had the chance to go meet Andy Serkis, that plays Gollum in Lord of the Rings. So we went to that and we met Andy Serkis, and we got shown around the whole Imaginarium studio. I can't remember the exact name, but I'm pretty sure that's it. But we got shown around the studio, and I'm pretty sure at the time they were making Animal Farm, like the animation. So we got to see behind the scenes of all the editors on their computers, and got to see, what is it, I can't remember what they call it, but with the suits and the balls and the cameras and all that sort of thing, we got to see everything in the studio, and that was kind of mind-blowing. I know I'm just kind of throwing that out there, but I think that's all I need to do, just kind of get it out there and just say it. But yeah, going from meeting Ty to meeting bloody Andy Serkis, and shortly after, I think it was maybe the 3rd year of being involved with Barnardo's, it was coming up to the 150 year anniversary of Barnardo's, and we were invited to Buckingham Palace. Just in the gardens, like there was a whole Barnardo's party set up in the palace gardens, so we all got suited up and went to that, with absolutely mind-blowing, just chilling. We were rappers essentially at this point, you know what I mean? It was how we viewed ourselves. So we found it so funny just being surrounded by crazy people. We could see princes like walking across the gardens and all this sort of thing. It was absolutely mind-blowing, and the food there, the craziest thing about being in Buckingham Palace. I remember me and Lewis and Mike were all just stood there just laughing and talking about where it kind of taken us from where we first met and all that sort of thing. At this point, we'd Mike would take us to like stay in like hotels overnight for when we were performing in certain places. Me being from Andover, Lewis is from around here as well, but originally from up north. He was taking us all over the place to go meet other people from Barnardo's and perform and set up events in like Fort Park and Chessington. We'd done a lot of crazy things. It was insane. But yeah, back to the gardens. We were all stood there chatting in the garden in Buckingham Palace. I remember we were just laughing. Then I saw, just in the corner of my eye, I could see a dwarf riding a bike. I know it sounds insane, but I could just see just the little dwarf lady just in the background, just riding a little bike. Then I was just watching for a minute. Then 2 steps behind the bike, Warwick Davis. I had lost my mind. Lost my mind. Lord of the Rings. No, not fucking. Damn it. Star Wars and Harry Potter and all these sort of things. I'm such a huge film fan anyway, and being so young at the time anyway, like, it blew my mind. I remember I just walked away from them and I walked straight up to Warwick Davis and I spoke to him and shook his hand and I got a picture with him and that sort of thing, which is another thing. Mike, if you're out there, I need these photos. We met so many cool people and I was so poor at the time. I didn't have a good fucking phone or nothing. I didn't have these things. So there's people from EastEnders that we met, like, that we've got pictures with. Andy Serkis, I know there's pictures of, and meeting Warwick Davis, I got down on my knee next to him. Like, I'd love to see these pictures, and of anybody else that remembers being part of that time and how mind-blowing it really was. I remember there was a few people, like, when we were going to meet, like, Andy Serkis and that, just couldn't really give a fuck. And I remember me and my mate Jake were like, we were just probably just big nerds. We thought it was mind-blowing. Like, other people there just couldn't give a fuck when Andy Serkis stood there and talking to us and he was doing a Gollum impression to our faces. And other people didn't care. And we were sat there like, ah. It was fucking crazy. Like, yeah, it was absolutely mind-blowing. And meeting Ty, if you know anything about hip-hop and UK hip-hop, Ty comes up and he means a lot to me. It really means a lot to me. It's kind of hard for me now. Like, he passed away a long time ago. Now I don't want to be. He was like my closest friend or anything like that. It was someone that really, like, him and Mike, like, people that really believed in us. And Tina from Barnardo's. And I think it was Javid at the time that was the CEO or something like that. All these people believed in us so much, and it means so much to me. So when Ty passed away, that was really, that sucked. He's a fucking legend and just an all-round good person. He was so funny, so creative, and damn, he was such a good artist. If you don't know, one of my favourite songs ever is his song Haha. Go check that shit out. That's my guy. And Mike as well, man. If you're out there, I know you're back in the UK now. Like, after a few years of working with Mike and that sort of thing, he was such an awesome guy anyway. Like, him and his partner Eve, they were so into travelling and that sort of thing. And he'd been all over the place anyway. But then I'm pretty sure Mike was going to be a rancher. Then Eve was going to Africa, or maybe vice versa. And they were going to meet back up somewhere else. And they went and done that, which is amazing. Like, Mike's such a big inspiration to me. He's just a good person. He's so cool, man. But yeah, he went traveling for a long time, and then he moved to New Zealand. And as incredible as it is, it was so hard for me, man. Like, it's still hard for me now. I haven't seen Mike in a long time. He knows what he means. We spoke a lot since, and he's back in the UK now. I believe he's got his own daughter now, which is awesome. But yeah, these people mean a lot to me. Barnardo's mean so much to me. I'm sorry if it was a bit patchy on trying to get it started. I want to lay this down at some point and proper break down the story of getting arrested, and then meeting Mike and him just taking a slight interest in us wanting to do music and being like, you like music? He knew producers that were just his friends. He was from Southampton. He introduced us to some really cool people, and just because he believed in us, man. Like, but that's another reason why I'm here. I believe in you. If you want to go do your shit, I believe on some of the other episodes that I dropped. Or not, like, I dropped one episode and a few clips. I wasn't exactly happy. Oh, Jesus Christ. That's what I mean. I'm not editing. Fuck it. I wasn't too happy with how they came out, but I do realise the way that I'm talking in them, I'm kind of being the voice in the ear that I need. So if it applies to you in your life as well, that's fucking dope, and we can keep rocking together. But I've got to go check the time. I've got to go get my kids from school and that sort of thing. It's been an absolute pleasure to tap in for a minute and ramble. This has been just take a minute. Take it easy. Just take a minute. Just take a minute.